What's up, everyone? We are fired up because we've got some crazy news. We've got updates. We've got news on this channel. We got a cool thing that's happening. Actually, a couple things that are happening that's going to help small creators. And that's what our goal is. That's what our mission is. And man, oh man, Scotty, we've got a bunch. And we've got some good news that Scotty found out what he's having for a baby.
Yeah.
Scotty, you want to give that little announcement here?
Yeah, I guess since I am wearing the dad gang hat, I am having a girl. So my first child is going to be a girl. I'm going to be a girl dad. Super excited. The baby is due in June. So I got a little time still. But that's going to change my whole life at that point, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So buckle up for it. But I'm ready. I'm excited.
I'm going to be able to sit back and watch.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm going to be calling you for tips. Yeah.
I mean,
exactly.
I'll be able to help, but I mean, I get to, basically, look over and go, okay, you guys have fun with that crying baby for a little while. We're going to go take a nap. No, we're going to help out. You know that. But anyway, all right, let's get rocking and rolling. We got a bunch of congratulations coming in. But we're going to dive right in. And I think what people like to do when they come here, Scotty, for us on our live streams is they like us to just get right to it, because that's what we do. And so we are going to do that. I did want to give some updates, and I have some notes here, so I might be looking off for a second, but I'm going to come back. We are going to share our screen. We've got a bunch of stuff to share. This is really all about a question that we get asked, and a question that I've asked myself before. And it's actually a plan that we are following. And it is, can a small channel make six figures? Can it make $100,000? And this channel, Live Video School, is following that path. And right now we are about a little over $6,000 towards that goal. And we hope we're going to get there in 12 months. I think it will actually probably be more, but we're working towards that. All right. And we shared everything last week. If you missed that one, you might want to go back and check that one out, because we shared all the numbers. We actually pulled up the spreadsheet. We showed all the traffic, all the email subscribers that we gained, all of that stuff. And what we're going to do is every single month, and I think it's the first Thursday of every month, we're going to do an income report. So that's another reason why you want to stick around here, because we're going to be just sharing everything. And if the months go up, they go up. If they go down, they down. We'll share everything with you guys. But this month, I think they're going to be up, because we're cranking right now. We've got a lot of cool things to share. But this live is the primary goal of this, is to really break down this 100K plan, this business plan, and to show you that, yes, it is possible. With that being said, there are some things that you do have to have, okay? And it is going to work for, I would say, 80% of niches and people that are trying this, but there's going to be some people it's just not going to work, and I'm going to explain why. All right? So, Scotty, what did we do this week? What did we cross this week? What milestone did we cross that was pretty exciting, that we're starting to head towards another milestone?
Yeah. We hit our 12,000 subscriber count, which, if you guys remember, we were trying to get to 10,000 before Thanksgiving. We did. And then we got to 1,000 another 1,000 next week. So we're at 11,000, and then 12,000. And right now we had a couple videos. Right now they're doing pretty good. And we're probably in only 4 days, maybe going to hit 13K. So we're just growing and growing and growing, which subscribers isn't everything. And, we talk about that, right? Subscribers doesn't mean, oh, now we're going to make a bunch more money. No, it just is more of the fact that it proves that we're providing value to where people want to stick around and they want to see more of our stuff. And it's more of a, hey, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. Like, thank you guys. It's kind of like a thank you.
Yeah. No, for sure. And I agree with you. I think for us, it's just like, all right, like, it's a goal, right? It's a goal to try to get there. And here's the deal, guys. I did a video recently where I talked about, I don't ask for subscribers. I'm just not asking for them. Now, I'm not saying that I'll never mention every now and then, but I don't put it in my videos. I deliberately do that. And I get a lot of people that just go, hey, thank you so much. I just subbed, right? It's like, thank you. It's because if you are going to deliver value, you will get those subscribers. You don't have to try too hard. All right. You just have to deliver the value. Then the value will provide the subscriber, want. All right. That they're going to want to do that. So a couple things I did want to mention, though, before we get into the actual 100K little plan here, that yes, I believe a small channel, and I say small channel, a small channel like ours. Okay. We're heading in that direction right now. Okay. And so yes, I do think it's possible. And if you guys are new, or if you haven't yet downloaded our 100K YouTube creators business plan, the one that we're following, which we're going to bring up here in a little bit. If you want a copy of that, just put 100K in the comments. All right. Just put 100K in the comments and we'll go ahead and we'll send that off to you. Okay. And if you do put that in the comments, it might take, a minute or so. It'll take probably several minutes because sometimes we just check them throughout the day and it's not automated. Some people think, oh, that's an automated thing. It's not. I had someone ask me like, how do you automate that? I'm like, we don't. We just go in there periodically and we message people. Okay. So if you want that, we will go ahead and we will send you the details for that. So 100K in the comments and we'll send you that. So 2 things I'm really excited about before we get into that. Number 1, we just announced, Scotty and I, that we are officially going to have a podcast for this. It's a video podcast that we're doing together. And we're going to do it in a way that we're going to be answering your questions. So we kind of did this already. We did like 3 episodes, but we didn't know what it was going to be called. We didn't know the format. We didn't know any of that stuff. We just knew that we wanted to show up and answer questions for subscribers. And we have a little voicemail recorder that people can go to and they can, and we've had probably at this point, probably 30 to 40 people already submit questions, which we're not gonna be able to answer all of them right off the bat. And we'll give you, the way that you guys can actually submit a question. But we're calling it something really, really fun and really cool. And I'm going to show you the picture of the studio here in a little bit. But we're calling it Creators Lunch Table. Because you remember years ago, you were in high school or middle school, and there's all these lunch tables, and everyone kind of went to their lunch table where the people that were their friends or that they were interested in the same stuff. The skateboarders went one way, the sports, the jocks went one way, the theater club went one way, and everybody kind of had their own table. And it was kind of cool, right? It was like, oh, hey, over here, Scott. Okay, cool. Come on over there. And then you're just talking about the game that's coming up, or you're talking about the play that's coming, like whatever it is that you're into, right? The lunch table. And I'm like, we need to create a lunch table for creators. And I think it would be fun. So that's what we're doing. And we're calling it Creators Lunch Table. Let us know in the comments if you like that name, by the way, and if it brings back a good memory of kind of going to that lunch table when you were a kid. So that's what we're calling it. I'm going to show you a picture. I just finished putting the table together last night, literally as I was listening to some vinyl up in the bonus room, and I put together the table. Had a little bit of Liquid Death, had a little vinyl playing, little Foreigner, and I put together that little desk. And Scotty, I sent you a picture.
I heard about it too because I was playing online with Kayla, and she's like, "What is he doing over here? He's playing records and this and that." I was like, "He's setting up the table for the podcast. Yes. Give him he's in his element right now, right?
He's trying to make
this thing look great."
Yeah, Creators Lunch Table, baby. It's launching. We already have it launched, but we're branding it, and our first episode we're going to record is going to be this Sunday. So if you have a question that you want to air on this podcast, which is going to be a video podcast, we're going to post it on YouTube, but we're also posting it on iTunes and all of the other podcast networks. If you just go to speakpipe.com /live video school. And Scotty, I think there is a banner that you can throw up there. Yeah, there you go. Speakpipe.com /live video school. And if you go there, you're going to see a little recorder. You get 90 seconds to leave a question. And here's the thing. Make sure that you mention your channel because we'll give you a shout out. That's another little perk that we're going to do here. As we grow this channel, as we get a bigger audience, you'll get in front of that audience. So definitely we encourage you to submit a question, and also let us know if something helped you out so far that we've helped you with. We'd like to hear that as well. But it's a way for us to hear your voice and actually get to connect with you. And Scotty and I will sit on that call, and we'll answer it, and we'll record it, and then we'll post it. All right. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
We'll have this Sunday's episode of that is from our old setup. So you're not going to see the new setup yet of the lunch table. This is before that because we batch record these. But we're going to record those for Sunday. Doesn't mean we're always going to post on a Sunday. We might post it on another day. I don't know if we're exactly going to have it the same day every time. But the new setup will be after this week. So be on the lookout for that.
Scotty, that you're saying that, I was just thinking though, and I remember you messaged me last night. You're like, yeah, I got it edited for Sunday. I'm like, I kind of wanted to splice something in there where you and I do like a quick intro to introduce the set and then maybe splice it in.
Could do that.
So
I might be coming over this weekend then to record.
I was going to say, we might want to do that beforehand and just do a little intro and say, this is the new set, but the episode you're going to watch is the old set. And here moving forward, you're going to see this new set, like something like that. So I think it would be kind of cool to kind of get it introduced as soon as possible. So maybe we'll do that. All right. We got to get moving here. All right. The second thing that I'm really excited about and that you guys might be interested in, we announced in a poll on the YouTube community, which I'm going to bring up the YouTube community here in a little while, because that is a powerful little sucker there. Let me just tell you, huge. If you guys are not taking advantage of the community area, the community tab, you're going to want to, and I'm going to share. I'm going to open up the dashboard, and I'm going to dive right in and show you guys that. But we announced it there, and I emailed our list, which, by the way, another little milestone. Okay. We broke 12,000 subs for YouTube. We broke 3,000 email subscribers. Let's go. Okay. And actually it's growing like crazy because we're getting over 100 new email subscribers every single day of people that want to build small channels. So if you subscribed, thank you so much. And you probably got this email that I'm about to talk about. So we sent out an email. We did the community post about something that Scotty and I were playing around with. And it was something that we were like, what could we do to help small creators in January to kick off 2025? And the one thing that people keep struggling with is getting to 1,000 views on a video or 1,000 views consistently on a video. Okay. The second thing is getting to 1,000 subscribers. And the third thing is making their first $1,000. So I said, why don't we do something that tries to bust through all those hurdles? And we could put together like a 1K beta group where we sit down and we strategically plan out how to actually make that happen. Now, to get to the $1,000 is going to take a little bit longer, but if you get the first two, the other will happen, even if you're not monetized yet, because we have something that we're going to be rolling out that we're going to be talking about that we really believe in. And it's not about going viral. It's about going micro viral. And that's something that we're going to talk about. And there's a 3-step process, and it's what we're going to be calling the micro viral method. All right. And we're going to be really sharing that and teaching it. And then we're going to have this beta group that's going to be taking action and doing this stuff. And then we're going to be able to kind of see their progress. And I'm telling you right now, this, I think, is going to kick off a lot of small channels for 2025. This is going to be a 3 to 4 week, we haven't decided yet, little group. Okay. And Scotty and I are going to be a part of it. We're going to be working right alongside with everybody. Now, this is going to require our time, a lot of time, and it's also going to require commitment on other people. We are going to be charging for this. Okay. We have not settled on the price, but I will say this, it's going to be super affordable for having our time that much for that amount of time together. And I just will say it will be under $300. Okay. So I'll just throw it out there right now. All right. The details are going to be coming soon. Probably going to be messaging tomorrow about more details because Scotty and I are going to be refining them. And then probably Monday or Tuesday is when we're going to start rolling out tickets. So you can basically buy a ticket to join us. All right. If you are interested and you're not on the email list, make sure that you put in 100K in the comments, because that's how you'll get on the email list. All right. And then that way there you understand the model. And then from there, you'll also be on the email list. All right. And if you are not on the email list and you just want to kind of get updates here, then just put 1K group. Just put 1K group in the comments. And then what I can do is when I have a page available that's ready for tickets to be sold, I'll go ahead and I can send it to you in the comments. So just put 1K group in the comments if you want to do it that way. If you're on the email list, you're going to hear about it. All right. So that's what's going to be happening. And I'm super excited about that. And I know you are, Scotty. And that's going to, I think we're officially saying, like, and I don't want to say 100%, but it's going to be the first week in January, I believe, is we're going to kick this thing off.
Yep. Yeah. I think the whole thing is getting into the new year, right? Getting into the new year, starting on the right foot. And I mean, it's been proven what we've been doing. Like, this is nothing new. Like, this is stuff that we've been doing, not just on our channels, but some of our clients' channels as well, that we've been, doing some channel audits for and stuff. And we've been helping them implement in their services and their YouTube channel, and it's working. Right. So it's like, we want to share all of that with you guys. And we want to, again, make it as affordable as possible for you to start off the new year the right way, especially on your YouTube journey.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. All right, cool. So my next little bit here is to get into the 100K little roadmap. Before we do that, let's have some fun and dive into some dashboard stuff. I think everyone likes the dashboard stuff.
Yep.
Let me go ahead and get my my screen here ready, which I think I'm able to find it. I've got a bunch of windows open. So yeah, if you want to switch it over there, Scotty, there we go. So here we are. We're in the dashboard and here we are. I want to bring something up right now. I've talked about this in one of our titles. I believe it's one of the titles that's in the swipe file that we give away for free, the hooks file. I believe the breaking news is in there. Well, guys, I used the breaking news again today. And the reason why is because a piece of breaking news happened. YouTube came out with their feature that they've been talking about, and it's rolling out across channels. And basically what it is it's the AI. They have an AI for the for getting ideas, right? So it's like if you want some inspiration, there's an inspiration tab, which has always been there, but now it's got AI built in. It'll build an outline for you. It'll even do thumbnails, which they weren't that great. But I saw this happen because it rolled out in my thing, and I was like, I got to do this piece. And Scotty actually, because he was in school today teaching.
And I don't get service. Let's
get service.
Let's clarify that. I'm in a box.
I emailed you and told you about it. And I go, I'm going to do this. I'm going to publish it, even though I know today we weren't going to, because we have a video that was doing really well yesterday. So we were going to give it some time to breathe. And then we knew we were doing a live today. So I was like, that might be a little too much. Right. And then I was like, screw it. I'm doing it. I'm going to put that video out because I want to make sure that people know about this. And I think it's a great opportunity for the audience to get it from us first. And it seems like it's working right now. I mean, right now let me go ahead and refresh this. It was at 641 a minute ago. We were in the 699, published it 4 hours ago. And it's a 3 out of 10 right now. And it's almost a 2. So the 2 is a 702 right now.
3 views off from being second.
Three views off. And if we look at the click-through rate, look at that, 10.6%. That's pretty good. Average view duration says it's a little bit down, but that's okay. It's typical. It's in the typical range. But again, I just wanted to share that with you guys because that's pretty cool. And then I love this. New achievement. You're crushing it. You've racked up 25,000 hours watch time. Keep it up. And then what's the next one? Oh, 10,000 subscribers. Oh, that's yesterday's news, Scotty. We've already been there. Gosh, we're going on to 13,000. But yeah, so anyway, so there's all that stuff, which is really cool. So what I wanted to do though, while we were in here is let's just dig into the old analytics themselves and give you guys what's been going on. So let me do last 7 days. So last 7 days, 54,800 views, 3,200 watch time hours, 1,300 subscribers, and $368 in estimated revenue. Not too bad. But the cool thing is look at this little thing we got going on over here, right? Starting to pick up again. Okay. 16,250 in the last 2 days. Okay. So
and here's the other thing. Wait, pause real quick. Go back to that screen you were at. I mean, you say that. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Look down where it says top content to the right. That video, that top video you see, 4,800, right? That video is from 3 weeks ago, almost 4 weeks ago. Still getting over 100, sometimes up to 200 an hour.
Yeah, here we are right here. It's still, it's 102, 100, 111, 98. So you're averaging about 100 an hour on that.
And this was published on November 12th.
Yep. Talking a month ago.
Views. Yep.
It's a month ago.
Views. Yeah, exactly a month. Yep.
Yep. Browse suggested, right? Let's look at the reach. Oh, and guys, this was another video that I did recently. And I said, this was a huge mistake I made. And this video still crushed. You know what the mistake was? If you guys watch the video, you might want to put that in the comments. Let me know. But if not, I'll just spoil it for you guys and let you guys know. I never put in a thumbnail to test. Look, this is normally where your thumbnail, you test it. I didn't even do one. And, I don't think I'm going to right now because it's doing pretty good. I'm going to let it rock. I mean, with this many impressions, you're typically going to fall below 5% all the time. But it's still doing pretty good. Now we probably will test it. If it starts to fall off, we'll probably throw another one in there, but this one has been doing pretty good. And you can see 68,500 views. We're almost ready to hit 70,000. So maybe might be our first video to hit 100,000. Who knows?
Maybe. Yeah.
So that's really cool. And yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, Scotty, because if I go back here, so this one here, was another video that we
That's our
did.
new one.
That's a new one. And that one there is really starting to pick up. Look at that thing. Whoa,
Woo!
baby. She's up there. And then if you look over here, I mean, look at this is per hour, right? So this video is really, really taken off, which is awesome. Let's look at the reach here. Here's your impressions. So this is fairly new. I mean, this was published a day ago.
Yeah.
And let's see what we got a winner already here, Scotty.
Whew, that was quick.
So look at that. So guys, here we are. We're giving you fresh details, fresh data right off the press. Like Scotty didn't even see this yet.
No.
I actually saw this earlier and I was going to share it with you. Yeah. 58.5% over a 41.5.
It's a big winner.
Clear winner. And you know what's funny? When I created this, I said, this one's going to do better than do this because that's worked before. But this one here, not getting views, question mark, worked, right? It worked better. So there you go, guys. I mean, guys, are you guys finding this valuable? I mean, we haven't even gotten into the 100K little roadmap here. Are you guys getting value? And if you are, let us know in the comments.
Hey,
this is what we do on Thursdays. Right,
do me a favor. Yeah, exactly. Do me a favor on this video. Let's go to that title real quick.
Oh, the title?
Title Ninja wants you to bring it out.
Yeah, well, I got to go back here.
No, you're good. Just go down to the pencil. There you go.
Go to details. Yeah, right here.
Okay. YouTube won't recommend your videos if you don't do this.
Yep.
Okay. Outlier. Believe it or not, outlier. Now, this is an outlier in our niche. But the one thing, and the crazy thing is, the biggest part of this is it wasn't even pretty much word for word. The only thing I really took from this was YouTube won't recommend. That was really it. And we reworded this whole thing, made it short, sweet, punchy. And I told you right away when I gave you that, I said, hey, this is the title. This is what I want you to do. I said, this is going to be a good video. You want another banger? We're going to give you another banger. Right. And so far, look what we're doing.
And you know what? You know what I just said and you know what I just said to Scotty before we got on here? Because he said that same darn thing to me. He's like, see, told you that video that was going to do good. I go, good, give me another one. That's all I said.
But
and,
that's what I've been doing. I mean, look at the video and almost okay. I would
Title
say
Ninja.
What would you say? Probably 85-90% of the titles are mine. And then you have like your breaking news was yours, right? But regardless, doesn't matter. But the video again that was almost at 70,000. That's another outlier one, right? Like all these ones. And guys, this is all in our hooks. We give you our best 10 in our hook swipe file. So comment hooks if you want that. You can give our best 10. Well, all you gotta do is comment hooks. And again, this is what has been proven. Yes, we're showing on this channel, but these are also titles that I've tried in other niches on other channels, whether it's a client's channel or even our other main channel. And it works, right? Like I'm not going to give you something that doesn't work. It works no matter how many subscribers you have. I did a video not too long ago of posting the same title in a different niche from a channel with 100,000 subscribers, 10,000 and under 1,000. And even the one under 1,000 actually had the most views with over 15,000 views with only 600 subscribers, right? So
here's the thing, guys, if you want to get trained by the Title Ninja, we actually have a titles to views workshop, and that is a paid training, but it's about 3.5, almost 4 hours of Scotty and myself breaking down the title outlier process. And also we hand deliver even more of those titles that you can just plug in and try them out. We have Mike, who we're going to be doing a coaching call this Saturday with him to kind of build his channel out even a little bit more. But he took one of the titles and tried it right after the workshop. And last I checked, he was at 25,000, Scotty, something like that.
I think he's almost at 26,000 right now.
He was averaging about 150 to 250 a video. Now that doesn't mean every video is going to do that now, but he got one right out of the gate. I wouldn't expect it right out of the gate, right? No. I'd be like, you know what? And you know, that right there, Scotty, is a perfect example of a micro viral video. That's it. Like that's it. And we're going to be teaching that in this 1K collective beta group here in beginning of January. So another reason you might want to hang out with us for that, because we're going deep into that. And
let's also say too, the following video that he did got almost 900 views. And then the following after that is almost at 3,000 views, all above the average of what he was getting. Right. And all titles that came from either the hooks or from the actual titles to views, where we actually go more in depth. We give you 20 in there, so you might want to check that one out. Now that is a paid workshop, but you do want to check that out, because that's where we really dive deep into these outliers.
In the in the description, we'll go ahead and put the links to the titles to views workshop if you're interested in that. It's a self-paced. So it was, when we did it live, and we did it for, it was like 4 hours. It was just about 4 hours straight. We took a couple of little, stretch breaks, but other than that, it was straight through. But yeah, so then we broke it up, put it into like more of a manageable kind of course structure. And now it's in a learning portal that you would get access to. So if you want that, we'll leave the links in the description. You can check that out. All right, cool. I think that was a good show and tell, Scotty. We will do a little more show and tell when we get into the community post, because I think that's something really, really powerful. But let's break into this next. I'm going to go ahead and share this. All right. And the reason why I'm pulling this up is because this is our guide that we actually follow. Okay. And you got to have Scotty's little arm there. I mean, his little bicep.
Yeah, right.
for the muscle, right? You got to have, the reason why that's there, guys, is because if you spell that out, it's arm, right? So arm, and now we call it strong arm. So they
just needed someone to model,
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Model it up. But here's really what we're looking at. Like I like this as a snapshot, because this right here shows the 10,000 foot view and everything that we're going through to hit that 100K. Okay. Now I know some people are like, well, I don't care about making 100K. I just want to make 50K, or I want to make 10K. Still the same principles, right? We're doing things a little bit differently, and we're setting this thing up. So if you want to take it to 10, great. If you want to take it to 50, you can. If you want to, it is going to require more work as you go, bigger. But this is the plan that we're following. And I'm not saying this is going to work for you. I'm just kind of sharing the model and the plan that we're following, and we're on our way. All right. So that's what we're talking about. But with that being said, all right, I did have something in my notes here that I wanted to bring up, because I had a call the other day. Actually, it was an audit that I was doing. And while I was doing that audit, I had to get clarity for this client, because what she had already created a whole bunch of videos. The channel was not new, but she really wasn't clear on who she was trying to attract and who she was trying to serve. So it was super, super broad. So the reason why I'm bringing this up is because when we get started, and I'm trying to get to that one screen again here, because I got that open. Okay. So your niche, I don't know can you see my cursor there, Scotty?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. Cool. So when we're looking at this right here, and if you don't have the niche, that's one thing. We got to have the niche. So who is it? All right. So let's say that you're trying to, let's say that you are someone that helps, maybe you're an attorney that helps people with real estate. Okay, cool. All right. So now we know who it is that we're trying to target. Okay. But we need to take it a step further than that if we want to be able to grow this thing to where we want to grow it. All right. And what that basically is we need to understand, what problem are we solving? Okay. What problem are we solving? Now, you might say, well, I'm not in the problem solving business, or I don't educate people on that. I teach people how to garden. You're solving a problem. You're solving their plants dying. You're solving them not being able to grow big tomatoes, right? It might not be a problem that's going to make their business grow, but it's a problem that they are having because they want positive results. If you're a guitar teacher, you're solving a problem. You're giving someone the ability to play that instrument with confidence and be proud and get that satisfaction, right? That's a problem you're solving. So if you don't think that you're in the problem-solving business, you are, okay? So number one, get that crystal clear. So that was the homework I had given her. I was like, all right, here's what you got to do. Before you go any further, we look at titles, we look at any of that stuff. We need to figure out, okay, the niche, which I think we're pretty close to that. But now we got to figure out, what problem are you solving? And the better question is, what problem can you help them solve, right? So for us, if you go to Live Video School right now, it's livevideoschool.com. It's a very simple page, okay? And it basically just says, we help small channels build real businesses. Like, that's what we do, right? Like, that's the problem that we solve. We're not going to just help someone just get views to get views or help someone get subscribers to get subscribers. That's meaningless unless there's a purpose. What are we doing? Now, some people are like, well, I just want the views so I can have an audience so I can let people hear my music. Great. That's not necessarily 100% what we're doing, right? Most people that we're working with, they want to drive people to a business or a service or something like that. All right. And if you're not there, you're probably going to work to that, right? So like Scotty and I, when we started this channel, we didn't know that we were going to coach anybody. We didn't know we were going to do any of that stuff. Now I've done that in my other businesses. I knew that it would eventually probably lead there, but we didn't know the message. We didn't know the clarity. We tested a lot of different things to get clarity on that. So one big thing I want you to do is to really ask yourself, who is it that you are targeting? Number one. And number two, what problem are you solving? And then I want you to just focus on that problem. And then every piece of content that you create attacks it from different angles from that problem.
Yeah. Can I share something, Dad, on that?
Go ahead.
So when I do my channel audits, okay, there is two things I start with that I put in my notes when I'm talking to whoever's channel it is, right? And I'm going to share that with you. These are the two. What problem or problems are you solving for your community? And then what value are you giving them? Mm-hmm. Right. This is the most, like you said, that's the most important part, is after you establish the niche, is what are you solving and how are you helping those people? Right. Or else you're not going to get them to come back. And that's a lot of issues I see with a lot of channels, is they're not solving the problems. They're solving problems that they think the audience needs, not what they actually need. Right. So that's where you learn from comments. That's where you learn from other videos. Even like we do so much research where we'll look at comments of other videos in a niche and see, or in our niche, and see what's a common thread that we see is a problem. What's something that needs to be solved. Right. And if you can focus on that, everything gets a lot easier. And easier. I mean, we talked about it. Who we follow, like we're always looking at different businessmen and all, in this space that give us this. Donald Miller, right? Where we read his book, we saw some of his podcasts, stuff like that. And one of the biggest thing he talks about is what problem are you solving, and who are you helping, and what's the value that you're giving them? How are you helping them? And like you said, as homework, right? You should have at least one, but I like having three. What's three problems in your community? Because you can have at least three, right? You should be able to find at least three. And out of those three, pick one that you can dominate first. That you can really solve for that community, right? And it doesn't matter what niche you're in. Everyone's going to have a problem in some sort of community. There is some sort of problem that needs to be solved.
Or I think it's like you said, though. It's like, to say like, okay, you're not a business. You're someone that helps people grow tomatoes. You're still in the business of solving a problem. So then you have to ask yourself, what is holding them back from growing great tomatoes? Right. And then you're like, oh, it's the fertilizer. Yeah. Oh, it's they don't have enough sun.
It's the weather. Yep. Exactly.
Weather, right. Yep. It's the deer are eating them, because you live in an area where there's a lot of deer or raccoons or whatever. Right. So you have like, okay, well, here's a way that you can protect yours from, from animals. Here's how you can protect it from grubs. Here's how you can protect, so you're protecting it, and then you're fertilizing, and then you're like, when should you plant it for the best time of year so they have good, growth, like all of these things, but we're attacking it from just different angles. So for us right now, yes, we know that people want views and they want subscribers, but once we kind of get you in, right, with that attention piece, that's what you want to know. But then once you come here and you're like, and you hear this and you see this, you're like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. So I need to do that. Right. So we didn't necessarily lead with the boring stuff or the stuff that you might not even know that you need. Right. But we know that you want views. We know that you want subscribers. Right. And we know you want to get to monetization. We know that. Okay. But I'm here to tell you, just the getting 1,000 subscribers, getting 4,000 watch hours, that's just one small little tiny piece. That's like a thing to go yeah, we did it. Right. Yep. But there's way more money to be made on the back end. You can get to 100K a lot faster than saying I'm just going to make money on the ad rev. Right. That's the slow way of doing it. Okay. All right. So with that being said, those were some points I wanted to bring up. And I also wanted to bring up, I've got notes here, that's why I've got them. Okay. So if you are in an education niche, And I don't mean like Scotty's a PE teacher, like you're teaching kids. Like I'm saying, like if you're in the business of educating people, it's going to be easier to hit this number. It just is. If you're an entertainment channel, harder, right? Because you would have to be, let's just say that you like comedy and you're like, I want to just entertain people, make people smile. Well, really the only way that you're going to be able to make money on the ad side is to get a lot of views. So now you're not gonna be able to do micro viral stuff. You're gonna have to do like viral stuff, right? To get millions of views, right? The other thing is then you have to have a lot of viewership in order to get sponsors. And the sponsors aren't going to be as dialed in because you're not necessarily like, you might have a demographic, but you're not like helping people solve a certain problem, right? So understand that if you're in the entertainment business, you know, like you just want to review people's records and old, vinyls and this, that, and the other. It's like, okay, but what are you trying to do? Now we have one of our clients, Mike, he's a vocal coach. So he could review different albums and different vocalists, right? Bringing people in that want to sing like these people. And then he has a service that he offers on the back where he educates people, right? That's a great example of that. So you have to ask yourself, are you in the education business or are you in the entertainment business? And I'm just going to tell you plain out, education is going to be way easier. And I don't mean it's easy. Let's say it's going to give you more opportunity. Let's just say that. All right.
Yep.
And like I said, you have to understand that going into this, because a lot of people are like, if I just get views, I'm going to make money. Because here's the thing, if you're an entertainment channel, your RPMs, the amount of money you make per thousand, way smaller. Even the gaming niche, Scotty, you know, the gaming niche, tiny. Like they might be making $2, $3, maybe if they're lucky, $5 on a good day per thousand, versus if you were doing something, I don't know, if you were helping someone in the real estate, right? You're helping someone sell more houses. There's more money in advertising that's going to be spent there than someone that's, doing something for entertainment. All right. So just keep that in mind. All right. So with that being said, what are the steps? And we're going through this right now. We're in actually about phase 2 of this process, by the way. So if we kind of look at this here, I'm going to pull this back up. I mean, it's up for you guys, but I'm going to get my cursor over there. But if we're looking through this, and again, guys, if you guys came in late, we're going through the 100K roadmap. If you want a copy of this, just put 100K in the comments. Put 100K. It's 18 pages. It basically, I'll just skim through it too, so you guys can see. There's a lot here. But basically, we give you the whole entire process. Kind of like everything that we're following, even the content ideas, mistakes, how-to tips, common questions, video setup. We go through everything. All right. So let me get back to where I was, which was right here. Yeah. Okay. So this is the 10,000 foot view. So we've got our niche. We've got who it is, the problem we're solving. Now we're going to create attention pieces of content, right? We're going to create these videos that's going to help them. It's also going to show our personality. Do they want to learn from us? And then we are going to start capturing emails. Now, this part right here, capturing emails, it's a little more advanced. And I'm saying like right now, I wouldn't even worry about that unless you're getting a good amount of views. And I say a good amount. If you're getting 500 to 1,000 views per video, it might be time to start capturing emails. You could do it before that, but I don't want to take your time away from creating more videos. Okay. So I would say, let's just pause on that. Now we are capturing emails, and we've been capturing emails probably now for about 3 months, Scotty.
Probably about 3 months, maybe 4.
Yeah. So this channel is 8 months old, and we didn't start until, the 5th month, that we were going. So 3 months, and we're just over 3,000 subscribers. And to be honest with you, it's a very, very responsive email list. I mean, we're getting between 40 and sometimes upwards of 50% on an email, which is incredible. Give you an example. We sent out an email to see who would be interested in possibly doing this 1K collective beta group. And I said right in there what we were going to do. And I said, basically, if you're interested, reply back and let me know. We had like over 75 people reply and say, I'm in. Let me know. I want to do this.
Yeah. Via email, which is crazy.
It's email. So anyway, so attention, That's the first part. And I would argue like that's the only thing you should be focusing on. Once you have your niche, you have the problem that you're solving, you're attacking it from different angles. Your attention is creating those videos and just getting them in there, like getting them in there. And the thing is when you're first starting to, you're like, well, I'm only getting 20 views. I'm only getting 50 views. Scotty, were we ever there at getting 20 views, 50 views?
Man, were we there? Funny thing about that, we were we were in Florida when we were seeing Poppy, my grandpa.
Yeah.
We were down there and we were watching. If you actually go to, so we did shorts for a temporary time. And speaking of, we're gonna have a video coming up soon about how much we hate shorts. Sorry if you love shorts, but I hate shorts. Anyway, if you go to some of our first ones, I actually show you how many views and impressions we were getting. We were happy when we're like, it's trending up right now, and we have 40 views. And like, it was our impressions were like, guys, I think YouTube's starting to understand our content. We have 100 impressions on this video. Like, it was so bad. But we grinded through that. We started there. Guys, we started from zero. Everyone starts there. It's the process, but you got to teach YouTube what your content is. And that's exactly what we did. And it's going to take time. We had to, Dad, how many times did we pivot, even though it was all YouTube, how many times did we pivot on different angles of getting into the YouTube teaching niche?
It was probably about at least three times, maybe.
At least three.
Yeah.
At least three.
Yeah.
Right. And so when people say, oh, it's not working for me, blah, 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 I have a niche, but it's not working. You might have the niche, but are you trying different angles to get into it? And what I mean by that is a lot of times too broad. If we just started out and just said, hey guys, this is how you grow on YouTube, blah, blah, blah. And it shows we have 10 subscribers over here, even though we're showing our other channel and everything that has 100,000 subscribers, it's going to be hard to get a push right away.
Right.
But if we hit it from an angle of, hey, over 40 content creators, over 40 YouTubers, try that out, right? We tried the Gen X route, right? We tried all this until we found something that worked for us and then led us to where we're at now.
And for us, really, it was, you know what? No one is really serving the small YouTuber crowd. They're just not serving them. Nope. They're like, they're serving them, but then they're moving on. And then all of a sudden you start talking like with these big, massive numbers and you can't relate anymore. So we wanted to come in and be like, no, we want to help that crowd. Even though people are like skipping over them and waiting for them to kind of catch up, we want to be the ones that come in, but we also want to be the ones that say, listen, yes, we are here to show you how to make money with a small channel. Done, right? And here's the other side of it. We could say, you know what, we're just going to help people that already have an established business, but they aren't using YouTube yet. And we may do that in the future. Because honestly, we could make a lot more money there right now with less people because they would pay more. Like I was just talking to you, Scotty, the other day, like with our knowledge and what we've done, if we were attracting, like, let's say someone that's a real estate agent that's doing really well, but they're not, they're not getting any traffic from YouTube, but they know they should be. And if we were able to go in there and kind of help them do a live stream every single week, and helps their local, even just their local, like they would pay $5 to $10 grand for us to come in for even a day. Right. But yes, that is something we could do in the future. But right now I want to serve this crowd because I know this crowd needs help and I know I can help this crowd. And so that's why you and I both kind of said, that's where we're going to settle right now. Doesn't mean we got to stay there, but it means that's where we are right now. So if you guys are the small creators, we're not abandoning you. We're going to stick around and show you by building this channel in front of you and showing you like the things that we're showing you.
Yeah. And I think it's too is like what and I'm not saying we're the only ones teaching this, but like, I feel like no one's teaching also how you can make other streams of income on YouTube besides ads for small channels. Because I mean, personally, like on a channel that I've done when, again, small channel, 3,200 subscribers that I did when I was in college, in a year, I generated 23 grand. Right. And out of ads, it was not even $1,000 on, maybe $1,000 from ads. The rest was from other stuff. Right. Yeah. And so, and I made my first probably 500 to $1,000 before even being monetized. So it's like being able to show that you don't have to have 100,000 subscribers. You don't have to have 1 million. You don't have to have all these like to make money, but the first part is we need you to understand that, number one, we can help you grow your channel first. And then after we get that established, you guys start thinking the next step, right? And we're trying to prime you now to understand. And that's why we have this 100K roadmap to show you the steps of, you can get to this, right? But right now, let's start with the basics. You need your niche. You need to get attention, right? You need to build that relationship. It's going to take time, and then the money's going to come after that, as long as you're giving value in a space, and then you can start thinking of that. But a lot of people, like right out the gate, they're just like, oh, I just want to get a lot of views. And so, but they're not focusing on their niche and their expertise and what they have to offer to the community, right? Like, majority of you that have a channel right now, I guarantee it is a hobby or a passion of yours that you are creating videos for, right? Serve that niche, serve those people, serve that community, build that, establish that, and that goes into your attention. And then after that, you're building that relationship. Now, what's going to follow? And you said this since day one, Dad, is once you build a relationship, the KLT method for people to know, like, and trust you, once you build that up, the money's going to follow. Like, we aren't even really focused on the money right now. Like, we're at the step now where we're starting to be more on the money side, because we've already done the attention, we've done the relationship, but we're always building the relationship. Yep. And then now the money, and when I say money, I'm saying we are having different streams coming in now. So It's not just ads. We have, and it's all in the 100K roadmap, guys. Speaking of, comment that if you don't have it, comment 100K and we'll send it to you. But it's the affiliate marketing, right? It's the sponsorships. It's the products, right? The private label products, or even just a product that you're print on demand, right? It's all these different things where you can generate income from that. I really, truly have not heard a lot of YouTubers talk about, especially targeted towards the small creators. And that's what, that's our business plan. That's what we want for you guys.
Yeah. And again, so we're practicing what we're preaching, and I'm going to share that with you guys here in a second. So if we go down here, so I look at these as phases. So we have phase one is kind of attention, right? Niche and attention, like getting that stuff dialed in, helping people, showing your personality, building that relationship, and then start to capture that email. And then as you're going to capture the email, you're going to then move into this phase, which is the relationship. And that's building that relationship deeper, and then starting to make some soft offers. Scotty and I, transparent as heck right here, we actually did exactly that. All right. So we did a titles to views workshop. Okay. We had about 40 people sign up for it. And let's see, what was that one? I think they paid, it was like $27 for the first certain number of people. And then I think it was $47. So right now it sells for $97 because we gave, obviously, the early bird people a discount because they were going to help us. They gave us some testimonials, like all that stuff. That was first. It's already created. Now we have an asset in this business that we can sell, and you guys can buy it, right? We have it in the description. Okay. Little shameless plug. You can get trained by us. Okay. For the title stuff, titles to views. Then we did one called Scroll Stopper. What was it, Scotty? It was Scroll Stopper Workshop. Yeah. Workshop. So basically that's your thumbnails. So once you get the attention, once you get all that stuff, now it's how do you convert more of the viewers, the impressions, into clicks so they can go in and view. We did a whole, gosh, that was almost 4 hours, right?
I think that one was
there. Same thing. Yeah. Had about 40 people join that. And then from there, we charged, a small amount, and then now it's $97. It lives on our page. If you go to livevideoschool.com, you go there, you'll see it right on that page. So it's there. People can buy it. We also came out with, which we haven't even really promoted, is our titles to views playbook. So that's our playbook. It's got 20 more than the 10 that we give away for free. And that there is, it's titles that we have found, Scotty found the outliers, and then we turned them into templates. And that's, gosh, I don't know how many pages that is, but it's got to be over 40 or 50 pages, but it's got all of them there. It's got 5 examples per template. And then the template is basically plug and play. We're charging $10 for that. It's a no-brainer. But here's the deal. And if you guys are new to the online world, $10 offer, it's to give someone an extreme amount of value for a very low price. But once they then pay with a credit card, they get into your system, they start to trust you a little more. And now they might want to buy one of those other workshops, or they might want to join us for this 1K collective beta group that we're going to be doing. All right. So that's how you kind of move people through, but you also build assets you can sell in the future. And I don't care if you're teaching people how to play guitar, teaching people how to grow tomatoes, to mow striped lawns, because that's a thing, by the way. If you look it up, like people are literally buying $2,000 mowers, maybe even more, and they're literally striping. They're learning how to stripe their front lawn, and they have like competitions and stuff. It's a thing, right? Well, you could buy someone's course to show you what equipment you need. What's the pattern? How to water your lawn, how to fertilize, what kind of grass to use to get the best, whatever. Like, I don't know about it, but that's what you would do. And people would pay $97 for a course to show people how to stripe a lawn. Of course they would. And then they could probably charge people for it if that person was doing it. I know a buddy of mine who turned drone flying into a business, into $1 million business.
Yep.
Teaching people how to pass the exam for drones. It's just, there's so much that you can do. So my point in telling you all of this is like, Scotty and I, if you're watching, if you're paying attention, even if you don't ever buy anything from us, just hang around, watch what we're doing, and you'll probably learn. You'll probably learn just by watching. Get on the email list, see what we're emailing, see how we're emailing, see how we're going to promote a product, see how we're going to launch a product. Like, guys, it's literally a masterclass right there, because I've been doing this for 15 years. And before Scotty was even into this stuff, he was playing Little League. He was playing, travel baseball. I was coaching him for the travel baseball. We went all over the place. It was awesome. He had no idea what I was doing. I was doing this just in photography. I did it in the photography space for probably 7 years, built a 6-figure business there. And then I took it into e-commerce, did multiple 7 figures in that one. So I've been doing this a long time. This here, live video school, it's new, but I've been doing it a long time, right? So now I'm just trying to break it down. That's why I created this little plan, and we're walking through it, and we're actually building this as a case study also. So anyway.
Real quick, I just want to answer these two.
Yeah, go ahead.
Scroll stopper versus titles to views workshop. Do you have a video describing the difference? I'll just tell you what the difference is. Scroll stopper is all about thumbnails. All about thumbnails, you know, how we create our thumbnails, how for you to create it in the software we use, and how to get pretty much the scroll to stop so they can stop on your video and click on it. And then titles of views is all about your titles to get more views. Right. Pretty much in a nutshell.
I would say the scroll stoppers is more than showing you how to create one. It's more of like, what are the elements that make someone stop the scroll? Right. Correct. So it's more like we literally have it's like a swipe file of like 50 A/B split tests that were done by videos that did over 50,000 views. Some of them did 100,000 views, but they did split tests and they had winners. And then what we did is we collected all of these and then we put them into a file and we hand that out. We also showed our own A/B split tests of what worked and what didn't. And then we break down somewhat even like the psychology behind it, not just like, yes, Scotty and I each did a Canva tutorial. He did a Canva tutorial live to show you how he created a thumbnail. And then I went and did a Canva one where I show you how I did one. But it's really breaking down ones that have worked and learning from those, and then trying to apply some of those elements to your own. That's the scroll stoppers. If I had a choice for you, if you weren't getting views yet, I would say get titles to views, start there. And then from there, I'd graduate to the other, because even if you have bad thumbnails, if you get at least that front part right, at least you have the opportunity to get a click. But if you started with the thumbnails and you couldn't get the impressions, the other isn't going to help.
Yeah, titles to views is more of helping you get more impressions, which ultimately is going to get you in front of more eyeballs, so then you can get those views. The scroll stopper is for the thumbnails. That's going to ultimately get you more clicks that will translate from your impressions that you were getting to more views. And then last thing real quick, do you offer channel audit service? We do. We just closed our first one. We did a beta group for this month. We do have a wait list, I believe. Is that correct, Dad?
Actually, no, you can actually go there right now and you can secure a spot. But after we do, I believe we're going to probably close it out at a 10. We're going to do 10 again. We're working through the 10 that we just opened, but then these are for January. So if you wanted to secure a spot for January for the audit, you can do that. And if you go to livevideoschool.com, just go there. Scotty, we probably should have a banner for that.
I was going to say, I don't think we have one of those.
Yeah, if you go to livevideoschool.com, just go there, front page, very simple page. and it's going to have those titles to views, scroll stoppers, and it's going to also have an audit. And you can click on that. You'll see the information, and you can book one right there. And basically what you're going to do there is we're going to basically look at your channel, and then we're going to break it down, but you're going to give us an intake. We're not going to meet live. It's going to be more of us taking what you want to learn about your channel, or if you want us to just see, like what you could improve on, then we do that, and then we record it. And it's usually about 30 to 40 minutes. And then we send you a Loom video of us going through it. Okay, cool. Let's keep moving here. So the last thing I wanted to talk about was, okay, so we talked about the relationship and the email stuff, and we'll probably have to do a whole thing on that because that's a process. It's not hard, but it is a process. All right. And when you do get to that level, you are building an asset outside of YouTube, and that is extremely important. And I don't hear enough people, even the big gurus, don't talk about it enough. No. Because I think they just want to give people what they want, that's fair. But I want to give you what you want, but I also want to educate you on what you need. And you need that email list as an asset. You have to. And anybody that tells you email is dead, they're wrong. I'm proof of it, right? And maybe you came here from an email today. Let me know in the comments. Did you get the email I sent out today that brought you here? And if not, how did you get here today? Did you get a notification? Did it show up in the feed? Like, I'm just curious. Let me know in the comments. So the relationship piece, that's a big one. We could probably do a whole segment on that. But the money piece, I want to get to that real quick, because the money piece, when we move into that, here we're making offers, and those offers can be courses. They could be little mini workshops like we've done. Not a lot to them. It's really, those workshops are to solve one small problem. So, and I say small, it can be a big result. So titles to views. We didn't do a workshop that says, hey, let us show you how to build a YouTube channel from scratch and show you how to get views and show you how to get subscribers and show you, like, we didn't say all that, right? That's a bigger chunk. Our goal is to take that one problem and get you more views by having better titles. So that's why we carved out that one little piece, and we did that. And you can do that very easily. Like, you can just do one. If you're a gardener and people want tomato workshop, you're going to do a tomato workshop. Then they might want a flower workshop or a vertical garden one, and you're going to do one on vertical gardening, right? You can break these down. They're smaller. They can be done in a day. They're pretty simple to do. And then you have that thing that you can resell again. So I'm a big fan of doing workshops. Courses take a little bit more time. All right. Memberships, that's another option. Sponsorships, YouTube ads, affiliate products. But the things like Scotty and I are even doing, a little bit of maybe one-on-one coaching, or you can do a little bit of group coaching, or you could do audits for people. And you can, like, if someone, I'll give you, for example, my daughter is into beach volleyball. There's beach volleyball coaches that will have you send their film of a tournament, and they will tell you what they're seeing. I see that you're late to the ball. Here's what I want you to do to improve getting late or being late to the ball, right? So literally, there's a coach in California that's taking video from my daughter, and we're submitting it, and they're sitting there and they're watching it, and then they're going to do a video and going, okay, right here, when you're doing this, see how your feet are coming late to the ball? I want you to basically do this drill. It'll get you quicker to the ball.
Yep.
And we're paying $100 to $150 for that. Okay. It's worth it because it's a lesson, right? It's like and then she can watch it back, right? So valuable. So don't underestimate what you know and what you can help people with. Okay. Even if it's knitting and crocheting, you can do a knitting and crocheting workshop. You can do a ceramic workshop. Like, there's all different things that you can do. So I just wanted to throw that out there, but that's the money piece. And there's just so many opportunities. Affiliate products, they don't have to be physical products. It could be like, you're into tomato growing and you're into gardening. Well, maybe there is maybe there's some type of tool that maybe it's an online tool that helps you come up with the right chemistry for your fertilizer that you make at home. I don't know. I'm making that up, right? And so then you would maybe subscribe to that tool. And from there, I know there's one out there. I know this for a fact. People that are home brewers, they brew beer. There's a tool out there that basically you say, I want to have a beer that has this, that has this, that has this. It will come up with a formulation, and then it will basically give you the results. You go buy the ingredients, and then you make it. So people are going to subscribe to that. It's like, so you don't have to create that tool. You just have to basically tell people about it, right? Just like we could do for like vidIQ, which we have a link in the description. We could do it for Kajabi because that's what we use for our email, link in the description, right? So that's how you would do that. You can offer tools, products, things that you don't actually make, but you could offer people. And it doesn't have to be just Amazon products, right?
It's funny you said the whole homebrew thing. There's actually something I never heard of that my friend showed me the other day. He was like, there's this app and there's a monthly membership and it's for drinks. And it's, you just put what you have in your closet, in your pantry or whatever of drinks.
Yeah.
And then it'll tell you exactly all the different drinks that you can make
cool.
out of those drinks.
Oh, nice.
And I mean, it might be only like $5 a month, but you click on it and it'll be like, here, you can make a espresso martini. You can make this, you can make that, because this is the ingredients you have and we can make that work, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, that's pretty cool. I would definitely get a membership if I was drinking like that. Like, I'd get a membership for that.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, cool. So that is the 100K plan that we are on right now. And like I said, we are doing exactly it. I mean, a month ago, just about a month ago, is when we first had our first product that we offered to our subscribers, whether it's YouTube subscribers or email subscribers. And that was the first one. And we're talking 7 months in. So I'm not saying this is an overnight thing, but as you build this thing, okay, you're building a traffic engine that's going to basically bring people in. From there, you're building a relationship with people by showing up and helping people, just like Scotty and I are right now on a Thursday evening, giving our time for free. But we're also dropping in like little resources for you that are free, like the 100K that you can download or the hooks guide. And if you do that, you become part of our email list. And then we get to speak with you through email and we get to communicate. And then we build a relationship deeper. And then when we offer something like one of these workshops, or we mention a tool that we're using, or we talk about the 1K collective that we're doing, right? And we're like, hey, who wants to be a part of this? And we're eventually working towards having more of these products that we create pretty much once, and then you have them. But the other cool thing is, and this little hybrid thing I learned years ago, is you can take a training that you've already done and you can reteach it live and then charge again for it. And then people that already showed up, they might want to come again, right? It's kind of like if you were going to a ceramics class, right? And I use that because Scotty's grandmother used to have a ceramic class in her basement with like 15 women every single week. And they would come in, they pay a monthly, and they would go there and they would just talk and do their ceramics and whatever, right? It's the same thing, right? If you taught a class once, they could do it once and be done with it. But these women wanted to go there every single month, right? So we could teach something and someone can come back more than once if we wanted to teach it live. So you have a lot of different opportunities here. And again, I don't want to overwhelm you, but just know that it starts with the attention piece, getting the attention. Really, it starts with knowing who you are attracting, right, in that niche, and then what problem you're helping them solve. And then from there, everything else kind of follows. Everything. All right, cool. And yeah, we had another comment there. How do you do channel audits? Or hey, do you do? Yes, we do. We just shared that. If you want more information on that, just go to livevideoschool.com. You're going to see a pretty funny picture of Scotty and I if we haven't taken it down yet. And you can see that picture, and then you'll see the things that we offer there. So if you wanted an audit, it will be there. It will also have, once you click into that, you'll see the availability of those, because we can only do a certain number. We usually limit them to like 10 per month. So if you're interested in that, go check that out. But other than that, I think, let me just go ahead back to my notes here. Let's see here. Oh, community posts. We wanted to share that real quick.
Yep.
And then we're going to run. All right. So let me go ahead, and I wanted to show you guys how powerful the community stuff is. All right. And I wanted to show you the new podcast setup. Man, I got a lot to share. I told you guys that in the email.
Too much.
I got too much. You think it's too much?
No.
All right. Let me share this. All right. So here we are in the community post. Whoa, look at that guy. Look, what the heck is going on with that guy?
That's great.
Can a small channel?
I didn't see that one today.
I did that at the parking lot when I dropped your phone off when I got my coffee.
That's funny.
Here, guys, let's do that one more time. Ready? Who's that guy?
That scared me.
Okay. Anyway, That was just to promote the live. But anyway, here we are. So I did this one this morning, pretty good results. And this here is really how you can show people a result without bragging, but then also getting people to be interested in what you have to offer. Like if you were growing tomatoes, you might show like a tomato plant that's thriving, and then you might talk about it. Like, did I get lucky? Right. And then I said, our views are increasing and subscribers are exploding. I don't think it's luck, and here's why. And then boom, you click on this and I explain. And then if you see right here, if you'd like a copy of my hooks, go right there. Okay. So this is, a little bit of, it's a post to draw attention, but in a community way. Okay. And I'm basically sharing what we're doing as well.
Yep.
So that was that one. Here's the studio, guys. Put that table together myself last night, listening to a little
great.
Journey was the first album I listened to. And then I put a little Def Leppard on.
Was the Journey from the one I got you?
Yes, it was.
Nice.
No, it wasn't Journey. It was Foreigner. I'm sorry.
Or Foreigner. That's what I meant.
Foreigner.
I bought
Yeah,
you Foreigner.
Yeah. So there's the studio. We already had the studio because we had a couple of other chairs in there. We had played around with it. But that's the set. We got the table. That's the lunch table, by the way. And we're probably going to get a sign for in back where that light is. We've got our lights set up. We've got our camera. I've got one chair there because the other chair I'm going to be using, I'm sitting in right now in my office. So I'm going to carry that upstairs. And we'll have the two chairs there. So Scotty and I will be at that table for the podcast. So if you guys have a question you want aired on the podcast, it's Creators Lunch Table, by the way, that's the name of it. If you want to ask a question, just go to speakpipe.com/live video school. And then you can record up to a 90-second. Make sure you leave your channel name, and we'll give you a little shout out if we answer your question. And again, we have a bunch of questions. I can't promise we're going to get to your question, but we will try. Okay. So that's what we're going to be doing. And we're really doing that for you. We're doing it for the subscribers. We're doing it for the people that we want to build a little bit more of a deeper connection with. We get to shout you out. We get to spotlight you. It's just something else we want to do for the community. But here's the cool stuff, guys. This is the cool stuff. If you guys are not running polls, you got to start running polls. Okay. Now I did this.
No, you don't have to literally run, guys. We're not saying run polls like we're in baseball.
No, don't run.
We're saying, do some polls on the community.
Yeah.
Sorry, it triggered me a little bit from baseball. Make my coach making me have to run polls. You don't have to run poll.
But I'll tell you the reason why I did this one here. Okay. How many subscribers do you currently have? That's what I basically asked, right? This right here. Okay. I said under 1,000, 1,000 to 5,000, over 5,000. Okay. Now it got 27 likes. I don't even look at that. I don't even look at the 160 comments. I don't even look at that. I look at this because I want to know the data, because a lot of people, 318 people basically voted. So the main reason I wanted to do this was to see where people were at, but I also wanted to see where are people if I and Scotty want to do this 1K collective. Are people at the 1,000 subscribers yet? So if this came where it was like 1,000 to 5,000, we might call it the 5,000 collective, right? So there's a little bit of research we're doing here too for the next product thing that we're doing, right? So again, this is something I learned years ago from doing this in other businesses, but this is really powerful. I never did it through a community post like this, but this is huge. All right. Here's another one. This one here was talking about the thing that we want to do, the 1K collective. And I basically said, attention, small channels. If you haven't hit 1,000 views on a video, 1,000 subscribers, and 1,000 in revenue yet, this is for you. We're thinking about putting together a beta program for creators who want to hit these 1K numbers. It will be about creating simple content that gets more views and subscribers faster. It will be a small group that we will work with to help implement our simple process and focus on hitting these numbers. If we decide to do it, it would be in the beginning of January 2025. Let us know if you'd be interested and we'll keep you in the loop. Comment with your answer. So they said, yes, I'm down. Okay. And then we have 50 people. Okay. And 150 votes. Pretty good. And there's that guy again. So that was another one there. That was just promoting a video. And then this one here, 265 votes. What's your YouTube income goal for 2025 for the year? Be realistic. I was shocked by this actually, because 69% of people said, well, I'm good with $10,000 or $20,000 for the year. And I'd like to know, you guys, like, you don't have to take this poll. Let us know in the comments, what out of these numbers would be realistic that you would like to hit for 2025? Let me know. Okay. In the comments. I was shocked that only 14% said 100K, because I personally think people are undershooting what they can achieve. And I think it's because they are believing that the only way that I'm going to make money is through ad revenue. And if that's the case, yeah, 10 to 20, you're probably right. It's a good number. But we got to go way beyond that. And I don't mean we have to go, like, we have to make millions of dollars. But what I'm saying is we have to push ourselves. We have to have a stretch. And there's also other ways to monetize your small channel other than ad revenue. So I thought that was interesting. This one here you did, Scotty, which got 30, pretty good as well. That wasn't a voting one. That was more of just like, hey, this is what's happening, right? Which was good. This one here, I was getting ready. I was like, thank you, thank you, thank you. We're about to cross 12,000 subscribers. We added 4,611, whatever. Here we are. And then I basically did that. 49 likes, 10 comments.
That's funny though. That was 3 days ago, and we're at almost 12.5 right now.
I know. That is crazy. This here, another thing that you can do, you can have people guess the answer. Okay. So if you were looking at this, if you hadn't voted on this, now I'm logged in, so it shows me the answer, but this would basically say, kind of, we have a video that got 56,000 views, which, by the way, that's about 68,000 now. We have a video that got 56,000 views so far in 3 weeks. Guess how many subscribers we got from that video so far? And I just threw a random number, 2,056, 895, and then 1,524 was the actual number. And then I'm able to put a little explanation in there. This video is 8 minutes long and still getting 100 views per hour, which it is, right? So this is a fun little game people can play. And it shows up in the community post. Big announcement. There's our creators lunch table. Okay. 52 people liked it and 29 people commented. And this one, I played around with this. This was great. And this got 491 votes. I think it's because of the face. But this is hysterical, because you literally in here can put your own thumbnails. And I literally did this in the office. There wasn't even any lights on. And I'm like, how are you feeling about your YouTube growth lately? Excited? Yay. Pretty good. Sad. I'm not growing. Sad face. And 41% of people said pretty good, and 40 said pretty sad. So anyway, I wanted to show you guys a community post, because I think it's a massive opportunity. And I think it's a great way. We also polled people in there and said, hey, if you're seeing this, are you a subscriber or a non-subscriber? Have you ever seen us before? And I think it was like 60 or 70% of people said they were subscribed. So this is primarily going to be for your subscribers, and that's okay. But it did reach people outside of that. The data did tell us that, but primarily it's going to be people that are within your subscriber base. But a great tool to be able to connect. And I'm doing about 1 to 2 posts in there a day. All right. I think that was it for the show and tell. Scotty, you got anything else you want to rock with, or are we good to go?
Here, scroll down your community real quick.
Oh, scroll down.
Stop at this one. Stop. Go back. Up to the views.
Here?
Yeah. That was this morning. Right now, we're 2,000 views more than that right now.
So this screenshot was this morning.
Yeah.
At 14,530, and we're already 16,000 something.
Yeah, 16.5.
16.5.
Yeah,
that's good.
Just a little update right now. Just
a little update there for you guys. But yeah, I mean, guys, this community tab, I can't stress it enough. Use it. And guys, come on, creators lunch table. How cool is that? I can't wait. That's going to be fun.
Great. Yeah, that's going to be fun.
That's going to be fun. Oh, there was the income report.
And let's say that real quick. Guys, we back in, I want to say, when was that, Dad? Maybe February, March. We had another channel that we started that was started as a podcast. It was a video podcast talking about YouTube growth. We were doing a different angle though.
Yep.
It was more podcast style. And then we would take clips from the podcast and make it a video, and didn't really get growth that we wanted to, or the right audience. It just wasn't what we really wanted. And we actually cut that channel. We completely scrapped it. I think we ended up maybe getting 300 subscribers in like maybe 2 months, maybe. Scrapped it. We went to a whole nother adventure on that channel. Then literally just got rid of it. And then, we're like, let's try this again, but we're going to start the right way. And maybe we don't need to start with the podcast yet. Maybe we need to start with, teaching people what we've been learning on this, and not reviewing as many other channels, but just doing ours and what we've done, and then showing that. We were able to grow that. And now it's coming back to people are liking these questions that we're answering. Now it's time to start the podcast back. Right. So it's kind of funny how it works full circle to where we started originally as a podcast. Yep. We scrapped it because we're like, that maybe that's not the right reach yet. Maybe we need to start at another angle. We started there. We didn't start the podcast back up again until now, which is 7 to 8 months later after starting the new channel from scratch. Right. So just because something doesn't work right away, my whole point in this is just because it doesn't work right away doesn't mean that ultimately you won't come back to that. Because right now we're going back to that. And it's not like that's going to be our main content, but now we're going to start like trickling that in a little bit, where before it was, we're only going this way. Right. And then we started adapting to what we saw working, and then we switched. And like YouTube is, and this is why I love YouTube, because it's a game, right? I'm competitive. My dad's competitive, and it's a game to us, and we enjoy the chase of that game. It wouldn't be fun if you just, every time you post, you're just blowing up. Like, yeah, it's cool. It's great. But then you're not getting that satisfaction of, think about a lot of you right now. If you have under 1,000 subscribers, or maybe you're on under 10,000, right? You're trying to hit the goal, right? I'm trying to hit 1,000, trying to hit 10,000. Like, you're going after that goal, and it might even be that. It might even be monetization. I'm trying to hit those 4,000 watch hours. I'm at 3,000. I'm so close, right? Like, if you didn't have that chase, it wouldn't be as enjoyable. So for us, what I love now, where we're at, is besides just us growing, we're getting that satisfaction and helping you guys grow. So like every time when you guys send us an email that, hey, I had a video that blew up, here, check this out, and you show us the statistics, we're like that's awesome. Like I'm super excited, and it feels like I'm in the chase again on a new channel starting out, right? Even though it's not my channel, it feels like I helped with that, and now it's like I'm helping someone reach their goal. And that's our whole purpose on here. And we talked about it earlier with small channels, is we want to help those small channels grow, because it is frustrating, but it's not impossible, right? You just got to understand different things with YouTube and how to work it. And you might be at a spot where you don't know as much, right? And for us, we've been down that avenue with multiple channels. So it's like, we want to share what we found. So you're not in that stuck place as long as we were, right? So that's what I love about YouTube and what we're doing in the direction. And I think it's just kind of funny how we never really thought about it, but we're coming full circle to where we're back to that podcasting spot where we're not doing that full time, but that's going to be implemented in now when we started there and had to scrap it. And we talked about that, Dad. Remember, you said, we're going to come back to this. This is going to happen again. But right now it's just not the right time.
Nope.
Right. We
needed to get the attention. We needed to get the attention.
Yep.
And you're absolutely right. Like, some of you might know our full story, but we started it thinking we were just going to sit down, the two of us, and I was just going to share my knowledge of building what I've built, right, through the past 15 years. It wasn't enough, right? It just wasn't enough. So that's where you and I said, okay, let's dive in, and let's try to be more strategic about like what we're going to help people with, right? And now, because we have a little bit of an audience, not a massive audience, but enough, I think the 2 videos that we shot in the podcast studio are over 1,000 views.
Yep.
For us, that was our goal. We're like, if we can get 1,000 views, even to this day though, on any of our videos, we're still at the point where like, if we can get 1,000 views per the video, it's good. If it gets under that, we didn't hit the title right. Like something was off. It's okay. Learn from it. Take another swing. Right. And that's what we've always said. So I think, and it's fun now because also I think Creators Lunch Table, Man, that's good. I love that.
I just
love
want
the
to seat
look
at
of
the
it.
table. That's it.
The table, like it's friggin' awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm just super excited about that. It's fun, and we're gonna help a lot of people, Scotty. I mean, that's it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you've seen it for years. You knew I had a wall in here with all of the testimonials from people that I had helped through e-commerce. I had some people just reach out and go, yeah, you know, I started listening to your podcast years ago. There's another podcast I had, and they're like, I built a 7-figure business and then I sold it and it changed my life. And you know what? I'm like, thanks for sharing it. Like, thanks for sharing that with me. And they might have bought a product or they might not have bought a product, but they just learned from the education that I put out there. And that's the thing. We can make a big difference. And even if you're only helping someone grow tomatoes, understand if you help someone grow something and it's bright and they have it and they put it and they slice it and they put it on their hamburger, oof, they like it. And then the person next to him's like, you grew this tomato? Heck yeah, I did. Right. But if you're like, you go on out there and you look at your tomato and you're like, damn, that thing ain't growing. Man, I'm a loser. I can't even grow a damn tomato plant. And then all of a sudden you come along, you're like, yeah, if you can't grow a tomato plant, this is why. You're probably making these 3 mistakes. I'm going to share them with you here today. Boom, boom, boom. And then you're like, I'm going to go try that. You try it and you're like, oh gosh, and a week later it's working. This thing's starting to sprout. You're a hero, right? And then that's how you build loyal fans. And that's what we're hoping to do with you guys, right? We get so many people that message us in and they comment and they're just like, wow, you know, I tried one of your titles from the Hooks guide and I got more videos than I've ever gotten. Thank you. Thank you. You know, like that's all we need. That's payment, right? Yep. So, all right. Do we have any questions, Scott? Oh, someone did ask about an audit again. If you guys are interested in an audit, we are full for December, but we are going to be we are opening spots for January. They are on a limited basis. We do limit them because we can only do so many and we're busy. But if you want to go to livevideoschool.com, you'll find a link there that will basically say channel audits. And then you can click on that. You'll get the information. If you want one of those, you would go through secure one, and then you'll get an email that will have you send in your information, and then we'll get you on the schedule. So if you want one of those, livevideoschool.com, and either myself or Scotty will do that audit. And speaking of that, we've got a couple audits we're going to be doing tonight right after we get off of here. So yep. Busy. But it's fun. We enjoy it because honestly, like to do this and then have people take it and run with it and then report back and then get results, like that's all you could ask for. It's like really awesome. Any questions, Scotty, that we need to answer here? Are we good to rock?
No, I want to thank Russ though, coming on saying the channel review is so worth it. Scotty did mine already, and I'm grateful. I'm glad it was great for you, man. I truly enjoy helping everyone out best I can, and even like with your channel, Russ was all about helping drivers, like food delivery drivers, and so his was a perfect example of he has a niche, but just kind of finding a different angle into the niche, I think. And that's what he's going to do going forth. Right. And, you know, I gave him his whole audit on that, but that's what I just love is like, there's so many different variables for channels. Like some have a niche that they established, but they just need a different way in. Some don't have that niche established yet. So we have to find a way for them to find the niche. Right. So it's like, there's different ways. Like every channel is different. Every person is different. So being able to help that it just feels amazing. And then obviously once we see the growth happen from it, it feels even better. So thank you, Russ, for coming on and sharing that as well. We really do appreciate it.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. So all right, cool. And I don't think I see any questions, but yeah, if you guys ever have any questions, drop them in there. We are, here to answer some questions if you have them. But we've been on here for an hour and 24 minutes. So we're going to rock and roll. We still got stuff to do. And, the night is, it's dark out, but it feels like it's like 9 o'clock at night, but it's only like 5:24.
I'll probably be working till 9 o'clock tonight, man. It's a grind. Hey, and shout out to all my people who are working the 9 to 5 and still growing on YouTube, because I'm in that right now. And I've been grinding for years doing this. And this year probably being the most hectic, but truly do enjoy it. And
wait until you get that baby, Scotty.
That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to grind till that point, because at that point, man, there ain't nothing like a schedule anymore. That thing's going to be all over the place.
That little workout that you want to do is going to have to get scheduled a little different time.
It's going to be during the nap time. That's what it's going to be.
But I remember when you were young, and I would like, so we were, and this is a little bit of a side note, but we'll get going here in a minute. But basically, I would stay up late, sometimes 1, 2, sometimes 3 o'clock in the morning. And I had to be up at 6:30, 7. But I wanted to, like, I was building our website for our photography business, and I was learning Flash at the time. I don't know if anybody remembers Flash, but I took Dreamweaver, which was a tool. And then I basically, there wasn't a lot of tutorials. So I had to read it out of a book. Right. And I built my site, but the site had like animation stuff, and you had to build all that stuff. It wasn't like it is now in Canva. You like throw something in there, you get an animation or whatever. So I just remember with the kids and stuff, it was a grind. It was a balance, but it was something that we wanted to do because we knew that that was also going to take us to where we needed to go next. So anyway, wanted to share that. But yes, any of you that are still working full time, definitely. I understand. I've done it myself. Even back in the day when I was in construction, I was literally in construction working 60+ hours. And then I was building a house myself. It took me 11 months. And then I was also helping my wife with her photography business. So I get it. I get the grind. All right, cool. I think that's it. I think that's going to wrap her up.
Not until you finish it the right way, man. Come on.
Gosh, that's right. We forgot it again.
We forgot. I'm ready. I'm primed.
All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up. As always, we're here for you.
We believe in you.
We're rooting for you.
But you have to.
You must.
Click upload.
And change lives.
Underdog creators out.
Let us know how we did. High fives. All right. All right. We'll see you guys later. If you guys got any questions, let us know. And yeah, we'll see you around. Take care, guys. Good luck. Later. We're rooting for you.